pled not true to counts 7, 8, and 9. We reset this case for a sentencing hearing with regard to those counts and any other information that you guys have with regard to sentencing.
At approximately 11:48 in the morning, did you receive a dispatch?
Dispatch call, yes.
And what was the nature of that call?
Black male chasing another black male to store with a silver handgun. Concord, I think that.
Okay. Was it 3145 Concord, the S&S Grocery?
S&S Grocery, yes, sir.
Okay. What did you do, what, if anything, did you do as a result of that dispatch?
I turned my lights on early. I was trying to get through traffic because it's an active call. Someone actively chasing someone with a weapon. We try to get there a little sooner to prevent another crime. So we try to get there and break up with it.
So you actually put your lights on and are going to get there as fast as possible?
I am.
Did you observe or notice anything when you got to S&S Grocery?
I did. Dispatch had already put out a description of the vehicle and the suspect. As I'm approaching the parking lot, I can see the vehicle driving through the parking lot coming south in the parking lot.
Okay. Let me back up just a second. That location, S&S Grocery at 3145 Concord, is that in Beaumont and in Jefferson County, Texas?
It is.
Okay. You were given the description of the vehicle before you arrived.
That's correct.
When you arrived, you saw that vehicle.
I did.
And did you attempt to stop that vehicle in the parking lot of S&S Grocery?
I did.
Did that vehicle stop?
No, sir.
And you were in a marked police vehicle, black and white, with lights, red and blue lights.
Yes, sir.
What did you do?
I pulled in the parking lot. The vehicle pulled around to enter Concord, but they stopped at the corner of Concord. I pulled in behind the vehicle. He looked at me in the mirror, and off he went.
Okay. Did you follow him?
I did.
And how far did he go? Where did he go? How was his driving?
He took off at a high rate of speed. I notified dispatch that the suspect was fleeing from me. We went north, maybe a couple blocks, or I'm not certain the distance. We turned on Redwood, continued down Redwood where he spun out and went to a ditch. I jumped out of my car. I'm telling him to stop, stop, stop. He's coming at me, so I jump in my car. I'm backing as he's coming along the side of me. It takes me a second to get turned around, and I see which driveway he goes in. I go back to that driveway, and I can see him wrecked out into a garage. The vehicle's jammed deep into a garage.
Now, this garage, is it detached or attached to the house?
It's detached. It's a little deeper into the property, so the house is kind of up front, and the garage is in the back.
Okay. And was there a vehicle that the defendant wasn't driving already parked in that garage?
Two of them.
And was there a lot of structural damage from him crashing into the garage?
There was.
Was his vehicle pretty much as deep into that garage as it could go?
Yes, sir.
Was he in the vehicle, the driver in the vehicle, when you got there?
I could not determine that, so I stopped short and got out of my car and just looked for him. I didn't want to approach a vehicle where a potential weapon was involved.
Because it's in a garage, it could be dark, a lot of cover for him, none for you, for safety concerns. What did you observe next?
I see the suspect running behind the garage. He's running into a neighboring yard to the left of where the crash site was.
Okay, and so he has fled from you in a vehicle, now he's fleeing from you on foot.
Yes, sir.
Could you describe what he was wearing?
I believe he just had pants on, no shirt.
Just a pair of jeans, no shirt. Heavy set? Did you give pursuit?
I did. I notified dispatch I have a black male running from me. Took off running after him.
And did you eventually catch up to him?
I did. He fell down and injured himself somehow, slipped, broke his finger, I believe it was. He's laying on the ground, hollering in pain. I get up there, tell him don't move. I wait for assisting units to get there, and we put him in custody.
Okay. The person that after he was arrested, did you get a chance to look into the vehicle that he had been driving, that blue Lincoln Navigator?
I did.
Did you find anything in that vehicle?
I did, a silver handgun.
Okay. And when you were dispatched to a black male chasing another black male with a silver handgun.
Yes, sir.
That silver handgun was found in the car that this defendant had been driving. You got a couple of looks at that car pretty close. Was anybody else in the vehicle that you saw?
No one was in there.
So he was the sole occupant of that vehicle.
He was.
Where was that gun found in that vehicle?
In the driver's seat, just laying on top of the driver's seat, as if he were to get out and was laying on top of the driver's seat.
Okay. So it was in the driver's seat.
Yes, sir.
He had just, when he fled, he left the gun, or it fell out. Just spell it for the court.
It was Dorian Price, Dorian, last name Price, PRCE.
And Dorian, you understand why we're here today, right?
Yes, sir.
Turning your attention to May 17th of last year, were you at the S&S grocery on Concord
Yes, sir.
a little bit before noon?
Yes, sir.
What were you doing
I had just received a call from my boss man. I was driving a tow truck and I was sitting in the parking lot putting the address in for my next call when I witnessed a guy chasing another guy with a gun.
there? Okay, would you describe for the court, describe the man who had the gun. What did he look like?
Black male, he had braids, and he was driving a blue or purple Lincoln Navigator.
Kind of a dark colored
Yes,
blue Lincoln Navigator.
Yes, sir.
What did the gun itself look like?
If I'm not mistaken, it was black and chrome, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what was the man who was driving the Navigator, what was he wearing?
I don't recall from the clothing at the time.
Okay. Do you remember if he had a shirt on at all?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe he didn't have a shirt on at the time.
Didn't have a shirt, just had
Yes,
on
sir.
jeans?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did he, what was he doing with that gun?
Chasing the guy pointing at the guy at the store. Chasing
And the
him
guy
to
he
the
was
store.
chasing, what was he wearing? Do you remember?
No, sir, I don't remember. No, sir.
Okay. Were you there when the police arrived?
Yes, sir.
And what happened at that time or shortly before that time?
The officer pulled into the driveway, he activated his lights, and the vehicle drove around the pumps and took off on Concord.
Had the man who was driving that Navigator, had he stopped chasing the other man with the braids and got in his vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And then when the police arrived, he was in the vehicle already?
Yes, sir.
And when the police got there with their lights on, he didn't stop, he kept going?
He just shot out the parking lot and kept on.
Did he fire the gun at the man?
No, sir.
But he brandished it, you could see the gun?
Yes, sir.
Was the other man running from the man with the gun?
Yes, sir.
What did the man running from him do? Did he go into the grocery store?
He went into the, I think it was the.
Hi, Mr. Price. I was writing when he first started questioning you. When, on this May 17th, did I misunderstand you when you first saw, this man who didn't have a shirt on, were you sitting at the grocery store parking lot?
I was sitting inside my tow truck, yes, sir.
On the parking lot of
In the parking
the
lot.
grocery store?
Yes, sir.
And that's the first time that you saw somebody chasing,
Yes, sir.
or a man with no shirt chasing somebody, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And are you certain of that, of everything else you testified to here today?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember giving a written statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you remember telling the police that I was going south on Concord, going to a call, and that's when I seen a black male with no shirt chasing another black male with a handgun at the blue car wash on Concord?
Yeah, they started big.
Did you make that statement?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. Do you agree that that statement is totally inconsistent with your testimony that you just gave when you just told the judge that the first time you saw that man, you were sitting in your truck in the parking lot at the grocery store?
That was the first time, yes, sir.
It was huh?
That was the first time. He chased him across the street.
So when you testified under oath earlier that the first time you saw this guy was in your truck when you were sitting in the parking lot of the grocery store, that was not true.
That was the first time I seen him. I actually.
Oh, you say you saw a handgun in his hand.
Yeah, if I didn't see one, I would never call the police.
I didn't hear you.
If I didn't see no gun, I would never call the police.
Well, how do you know it was a handgun?
You know what a gun look like? I know what a gun look like.
So I'm asking you, how did you know it was a handgun?
It was a gun. I know what a gun look like.
Okay. Well, how do you know, say it wasn't a pellet gun that looked like a handgun?
You think I was gonna watch him shoot him and find out?
I can't hear you.
You think I was gonna sit there and wait for him to shoot him and find out?
How do you know it wasn't some other pellet gun or something like that nature that looked like a handgun?
So you think I was gonna sit there and let this guy shoot that guy and just sit there?
And
and find out,
objection,
oh,
non-responsive.
Listen, so you'll get an opportunity to explain, I'm sure, in just a minute. Mr. Philip Smith will ask you some follow-up questions. So if it's a yes or no question, just say yes or no without the explanation and know that you'll get an opportunity to tell what you need to, okay? Go ahead.
My point is, you never touched the handgun, right?
I wasn't with him. No.
So you never inspected that what you're describing as a handgun, right?
No. I seen
Okay,
it. I seen it
so
with my eyes.
you don't really know of your own personal knowledge if it was a handgun or not. You're
I
just
know.
assuming that it was a handgun,
I know for a fact it was a handgun.
because that's what you think you saw.
I know that's what I saw.
Okay, but you did not inspect it to make sure that it was in fact a handgun. Isn't that correct?
If I seen it, yeah, I inspected it. I seen it. I seen it from my
Did you
own
grab the
eyes.
handgun and inspect it?
No.
All right. So is that the only time that you saw him
Well, let me start here. With regard to count 9, based on the evidence from Officer Powell, I am going to find count 9 true. I will have, you guys can make argument with regard to count 7 and 8. The state, you may go forward.
Judge, I would argue that count 7 should be found true by preponderance of the evidence because Mr. Price testified that at the S&S grocery, which is a 51% business, that he did see the defendant chasing another male with a handgun. He was descriptive enough to say it was heavy set, he had no shirt on, he was driving a dark blue Lincoln Navigator. That the police pulled up before he left that premises and followed him. We know from Officer Powell that he followed that same vehicle until it crashed out. Inside that vehicle, or the vehicle was obviously driven by the defendant in this case. Inside that vehicle was a silver or chrome pistol, just as he described. That was the aggravated assault, was exhibiting a deadly weapon in the course of chasing the victim in this particular case.
All right, thank you. Mr. Smith, and being found that matched the description of the gun, somewhat that Mr. Price saw and that Ms. Officer Powell found in the actual seat of the driver, I am going to find count 7 true. So that makes, there were pleas of true again to counts 1 through 6. I'm finding counts 7 and 9 true. So now, and then you're running around chasing someone with a gun, and evading on foot and in a car. The underlying offense, and when I look back at that pre-sentence report, The fact that you were given a probation on this case in the first place was a big deal because you have a ton of history out of Louisiana. And so you were given you've had a 15-year sentence in Louisiana. You've had 3 years, 18 months. We've got a couple of times where because they couldn't figure it out because Louisiana's not always easy to figure out. You had a probation just in 2021 that was revoked on a driving while intoxicated, and we still gave you a probation after you did what you did to Miss Edwards. Threw her around, hit her in the face, threw her where she hit her head, had to have stitches. Sometimes I look back on these and I wonder why I gave probation in the first place. At this time, I am going to find again that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 through 6 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Also, find counts 7 and 9 true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time, find you guilty of aggravated assault, family violence. Sentence you to a term of 15 years.